The word fiesta conjures up images of music and merriment, of noise-making and hoopla, and of marchers in a Mardi Gras. On Guam, the fiesta is a religious holiday which centers on a particular village whose patron saint is being celebrated with a mass, a procession, and a prideful display of the best food the village has to offer its parishioners and visitors. It is generally assumed that the fiesta tradition on Guam stemmed from the Spanish way of celebrating Saints' Day, a practice that has been widely observed for centuries in Spain, Latin America, and the Spanish colonies. Although we only have 22 villages on Guam, we have 33 patron saints, which means we have 33 fiestas a year, or almost 3 per month. While some old traditions and cultural values of Guam have eroded and have been replaced by other social practices, the Guam fiesta has become stronger each year and serves as the focal point for the blending and bonding of members of the multicultural and multinational communities that many villages on Guam have become. Interestingly, although all villages observe their fiestas in a similar manner, there are variations in their celebrations reflecting the village's personality, so to speak. While one village may highlight participation by school children during a mass and procession, another village may focus on organizations such as the Knights of Columbus. In Mongmong's celebration of the Nuestra Señora de las Aguas Fiesta, it chose native cultural dances for entertainment. On the other hand, Zigo's observant of Our Lady of Lourdes Fiesta included musicians and singers from various schools. New dishes have become part of our fiesta tables. Sashimi with tortilla is not bad, and having red rice and kimchi on your plate is at the very least very colorful. On our fiesta tables, there are only additions to the menu. There are never any subtractions. I dare say that poto, calamay, pansaimada, and finadeni will never be replaced on Guam.
Mahi and Grupo.
While the community celebration is going on in the church grounds, many families continue the old tradition of celebrating at home. As you can see here, there are many cooks in the outdoor kitchen. Some are actually cooking. Some are just looking. Some are drinking. Some are just eating. When all is ready, however, everyone gathers around the serving table. Well, not everyone. You see, the nice food setup is in the front, but the good food serving is in the back. I mentioned earlier that it has been widely assumed that the fiesta tradition was adopted from the Spanish. Historical accounts tell us, however, that as early as 1600, the ancient Chamorros celebrated certain days of the year much like the way they do today. The Franciscan friar who made this observation while he was temporarily on Guam in 1602 described it as a fiesta, probably because he was writing about a celebration that reminded him of celebrations in his native Spain. A few years ago, a friend of mine returned to the States after visiting Guam for a few weeks. I asked him if he enjoyed his stay. He was beaming as he told me that he loved the island, he loved the food, he loved the people, and was particularly impressed with the fact that there is a native language still in use. Just as we were parting company, he said, "You know, for a community so vibrant, I'm surprised that the Guamanians have no culture." I said nothing because my tongue was bleeding. Later on, I visited my high school dictionary, and this is the word culture as defined in that dictionary: the customary beliefs, social forms, and material traits of a racial, religious, or social group. I realized then that when my friend and I were talking, one of us was speaking broken English, and in this instance, it was not I. I a day estinoy tautos en lago. This is Ben Blaz. Si Jewish, maase.